The Führer states, right at the beginning of Mein Kampf, that people in general will pay more attention to a great speaker as opposed to a great writer. Which is when I put the ebook down and decided to prepare a new speech podcast. However, I didn't stop reading because it soon after became evident that things had been added and changed in a supposedly unabridged. For example, belief in a master race and opinions opposed towards interbreeding. Those ideas were fundamental components of Judaism. But unlike my previous English language podcasts, which at most only had key without the wording and content concocted at time of recording, this one has been written out word for word beforehand. And the reason being, in order to ensure that good English is since in listening to past podcasts, notice that some of the language seem too common. I approve of full-on patois, or on the other extreme, completely well-spoken English. However, when it's in between, it can get rather irritating. But the way in which these podcasts begin, speaking at a slow pace, then building up to crescendo, is typical of the way in which the Führer conducted his speeches. And is also the way in which speeches in the Greek church are administered, as well as in certain Native American cultures, where slow manner of speaking is considered polite. It is also the way in which grandfather, from my mother's side, used to tell stories at family get-togethers, etc., with all other members of the table, except for his son, my uncle, coming in with maximum of one sentence, and only very rarely. We did take them once, my elder cousins and I, when I was probably below even early teen years, and re-listening to that recording, it is indeed true. Anyone else at the table, popping in with maximum of only one sentence, in probably less than 3 places, during the 60-minute tape. Alright, there are a lot of orders concerning food and drink, and shouting at children to keep noise levels down. But that's all besides the conversation at the table. Concerning any prior written notes that touch upon esoteric issues, I have always had to go back and private or delete, except perhaps where there has been a relevant media stare of my own content, e.g. audio or video. Posted maximum 2 self-comments under the media post. Or also rather occasion of posting in someone else's relevant content on YouTube. I do often find myself having to go back and delete those. Same as for writing on esoteric subjects, but this is perhaps the first time I'm writing on such matters with the view of making an audio recording. There has also been self-comment which runs into esoteric subjects towards the end. On the recent audio show, sharing of one link audio, as well as even more recently, within the actual post, that mentioned something about my form of Satanism. And it was this topic that I thought I'd like to address in this audio podcast. Because I'm quite certain that many people reading them will have allowed their mental image pictures of false representation to overtake logic. Note, the post read, my form of Satanism, as opposed to my form of true Christianity, or my form of black, Nubian, brown Judaism. As most people like to imagine when they hear or read the word Satanism. For what kind of example do we have out in the world of people who are labeling themselves as Satanists? We have mainly noted a Catholicist or Zionist background, who, instead of embracing their faith, Roman Catholic Turks, having evolved from the Byzantine Turks, and which nowadays stands as world centre for the occult, also responsible for, and background power behind, such groups as the Illuminati, New World Order, Freemasons, Zionism, also Islam. But instead of embracing that, these so-called Satanists, it is as if they try to corrupt the name of Satan in going away from all that and into bad practices. For example, animal cruelty. Is this what can be termed as a good or beneficial spiritual practice? Also many other bad things that one comes across, which are more than likely an attempt at getting away from any form of spiritual practice. Take cats, for example. Cats are actually vital to life, survival, and maintenance of the ecostructure. If cats were to disappear, then every square metre on this earth will be inhabited by about 200 rodents. Because from just 2 rats in 1 year will multiply to 200 billion. And no man-made form of pest control has proven long-term effective. The only proven method of long-term efficacy has been by nature's method, i.e. the humble cat. It is also known that the type of person who goes into becoming a serial killer, the type who targets women, starts off with torturing cats, since cats also symbolize women. There's been far too many mystical or witchcraft opinion. It is in fact the opinion of experts in the field of forensic science. And that's a very important word, as we give false meaning, false image representation, and use the common masses. Reason being that religious works such as Quran, Bible and Torah are available to people of all ages. All the over-18 stuff needing some form of disguise. Some nowadays being that so many religious followers are carrying a false image and being I'm sure everyone knows by now that all religion in the world, as we know today, originated as offshoots from Buddhism, having emerged from India 1,000 times. To which I believe I've been contained in an expensive African library, possibly having got there by conquest of Alexander the Great. But the word itself is just another way of saying statue, or divine feminine. Now that's true Satanism, as opposed to false, fabricated spirits and beliefs in an endeavour to corrupt the very word itself, seeming attempts to replace the divine mother with images of anthropomorphic reptilians, or horned men with doo-doos and bat wings. But how do we know this? Well, first, one must know their chakra cells and consonants, and also must have studied Devanagari, the type of script or alphabet used in Sanskrit, which is the very first alphabet from which all other scripts and alphabets evolved, using symbols to represent sound, as opposed to basing them on pictures of common objects. The meaning of the Devanagari is that if you conducted a search on chakra consonants, for example, you would get one for each of the 7 main chakras, up to 7 consonants. What are the other 14 consonants in the alphabet? Under which chakra do they go? This can be gleaned by a study of Devanagari, because although vowels are created in the throat, consonants are formed by mouth, tongue and lips. Therefore, the way in which each sound is formed will determine under which chakra it goes. And it's also the way in which letters are grouped in Devanagari alphabets. But, as well as 7 main chakras, you also get 7 notes in the musical scale. Now how about chromatic? That would be 12, which is the ancient system. Groups of 12, 7 steps of the modernized system. And in the original version of the Old Testament, divinity did not choose a certain prophet, can't remember which one it was, either Moses or Abraham, but rather he chose that one out of 12 possible choices. Then the translation got changed in order to disguise this. But he chose with his own individual bass chakra tuning, since chakras are also assigned musical pitches. Another name for an atomic system being the inner flute. However, if you just look this kind of stuff up online, e.g., musical pitches assigned to each chakra, the chromatic scale will always start as bass chakra tuned to C. And so you would therefore also need to be a musician in order to understand why it is disclosed that no grown man who has been through a normal puberty will have a bass chakra which vibrates to the key of C. The key of C is stereotypically feminine, and will more likely be bass chakra tuning, found in only 1 in 6 of women and children. The aforementioned prophet, including Jah, as word for the divine, proves that his bass chakra was more likely to be tuned to have F or S sound. Those stereotypically masculine keys, actually the thick, gangster keys. So that's importance of the 12. Now what happens to the rest of the keys? Those left out or not chosen. For practical purposes, we can illustrate this in modernized 7-step musical scale form. In short, they become the equivalent of angels, a word I don't usually like to use as has bad meaning in our form of Satanism. They're supposed to be plural form. So you choose one tuning as a divine, which is in accordance with one's own bass chakra tuning. And the chakras which are tuned to subdominant and dominant, i.e. perfect fourth and perfect fifth, in relation to life, will be your affiliated chakras, so to speak. The rest will be equivalent of low order angels, with one fallen as well as a crown. The point is that any individual could have only one of 12 possible as their base chakra. The commonly known names for divinity actually stem from more forms of consonants as were assigned to each chakra, others not so commonly known. Out of the commonly known ones, we have Allah, stemming from vowel consonant for base chakra, Jah, heart chakra, ELI, Native American word for divinity, derived from the crown chakra, which would be equivalent to Brahma, the all-encompassing one. Brahma is said to split into Shakti and Shiva, demon and male, yin and yang, when in the state of creation. And in the 7 main chakras, there are 3 which are masculine and 3 which are feminine, with crown chakra being both ends combined. The feminine chakras being 7th, heart, and 6th. 2nd, 4th, and 6th. With heart chakra sliding off with the male chakras. Except the 3rd chakra, 3rd being the only male chakra affiliated to the remaining 2 feminine chakras. And so completing a figure 8 or infinity symbol. The word Satan comes from 6th chakra, which is the most potently feminine chakra. A man will only be suited for taking Satan as word for the divine. If one's base chakra is tuned to either A or A sharp. One least aspires towards becoming more feminine beyond all other objectives. And that, in my opinion, being properly spiritual, among just towards life. And yes, there are practices that form Satanism. But before I go into the initiation, it may be useful to know where such prayers and mantras originated. They came from Islamic initiation, where all the most vowels and consonants have been transposed to 6 chakra satanic version, or rather 6 rapid teaching, and is more commonly known as Islam. Again, none of its histories have been lost in modern times. But just as modern-day Catholicism evolved by the 12 deities of Mount Olympus, images of Jesus and Mary haven't been directly copied from the statues of Zeus and Aphrodite at the Temple of Venus. They too, as Islam, come about by cousins of the Greco-Roman deities, i.e., the deities of ancient Egypt. Both lived together in a region now known as Ethiopia, but are separated at the end of the previous sun cycle. Maybe worth briefly going into the concept of sun and moon cycles, but before I start, let it be known that NASA has invested billions in keeping this type of information away from the common man. And the only way I have come to know about it, being from a common background, is because the time has come for them to allow at least some of us to. And briefly, sun cycle is a period of 7,000 years, where all ice and snow in north and south poles completely melts away. In fact, North Pole magnetism actually gets switched off. phenomenon known as natural death disappears. The alternate moon cycles are 6,000 years long, and there are time and spiritual forgetfulness, with an auto-magnetism and all its associated phenomena switched back on. But anyway, we bring to the background data concerning 7 main chakras and the importance of the 12. And this there are 7 main chakras, so too are the 7 meditations in Islam. Nowadays, it is usually only first meditation, potentially available for everybody, regardless of base chakra tuning, with the rest of the recitations deemed as knowledge which has been lost in modern times. Original Qurans also had all vowels omitted, proving that that system was in effect throughout the entire life of the Prophet, The first Quran, compiled 400 years later, but the reason that vowels were omitted is so that the practitioner could insert vowels pertaining to their own individual recitation. Then later, more advanced level would be tapped to listen of consonants as well. Of course, couldn't have printed Quran with consonants that were omitted, as that would just be a blank page, so how to have at least some substance to it. And the reason generally given for making a third recitation for everybody is that walls kept breaking out between the different recitations, which is only natural, since they all had fallen, or enemy, one named. The usual first recitation also has an enemy targeted, that being the sixth, most potently feminine recitation. What does this entail? To keep attacking femininity until there is no more left in existence? In my opinion, that would be absolutely absurd, since femininity is life, and masculinity equals death or dissolution. This is made evident in Heart Chakra Mandala, also commonly known as the Star of David symbol, intersecting the two triangles, where mouth points up towards the spiritual, dissolution, or basically death, and feminine triangle points down towards the physical, or life. Moreover, the goddess has to be physical, or at least have a form, since the pollutant known as masculinity will mingle and combine at the point of dissolution. If those found to be masculine, i.e. dissolved or dead, really want that, then I believe they should refrain from interfering with others, or others along with them. But when the birthing initiation, base chakra tuning, has been taken as a self, there are two forms of true Satanism. The type based in case A, and the type based in A self. I myself belong to the one based in A self. So really, that's in fact taking it to 12 recitations. Because what you've done with the in-between keys is to transpose, mostly according to the main recitation. Yet in some instances, transposing according to the other recitation. For example, A sharp, or enharmonically, B flat, being used between 6th and 7th chakra. We're favouring the A sharp spelling, since it is 6th chakra we are favouring, or aiming for. And also noting